I would like to make a second video now, if I may. I watch VH1's Mob Wives. Yeah, I know. Yes, Mob Wives. The Guinea women with the big lips and the big boobs that want to punch each other. Yes, that's the show. Now, a while back, one of the Mob Wives, known as Big Ange. She's the nephew of a gangster. She herself made a couple mistakes in the past, like most of the Mob Wives have. She was having some health problems. And obviously when you watch a reality show, the reality show was taking place in October and you're watching it in May or some shit. So things are a little different. And I remember a friend of mine from high school posted on Facebook a while ago that Big Ange, she's not responding well to her treatments. And then last night I saw on Facebook Big Ange had passed away. And I went on Twitter and I just want to type in something real fast. I think Karen Gavano came up. So I went on to Karen Gavano's Twitter page to leave respect, and Karen had retweeted Big Ange's official page. Big Ange's official Twitter page, someone representing her family had come on and said, no, Big Ange is not dead. She is still alive. That is a false report. But the message indicated that she was not exactly in good health either. What happened was Big Ange had throat cancer, and she beat it. But on an episode which ironically aired last night, she went to her doctor, and her doctor said, you got an x-ray here, and there's a little white spot here, and we're not really trusting it, and we want to get rid of it. We think it might be cancer. Well, ironically, that episode aired. Then a couple hours after that episode aired, it was a false rumor that Big Ange had passed away. Well, the good news is the false rumor that she passed away was not true. But the bad news is a couple of hours later, it became true. Big Ange did pass away this morning at 3:01 a.m., her family said. So some idiot wants to tweet out something that she had passed away, and then a couple hours later, it came true. She was on her deathbed, and the false report was a couple hours premature, and when the reports came in that she had died this morning, I checked a couple different places to make sure, and yes, she did pass away. Now, Big Ange was 55 years old. She had kids younger than me. Her grandson's first birthday was this past Valentine's Day. She was 7 years younger than my mother. Okay, and the thing is, I don't think you're a fan of Mob Wives. It's a lot of shit about, it's all the mafia guys' granddaughters and daughters and nieces and nephews but nieces and sisters and cousins and wives and ex-wives and all their husbands are locked away. And if you watch Mob Wives, every other word out of their mouth is fuck. Now you know why I like it, don't you? Okay? Every fucking argument is, her tits are bigger than my tits. She slept with my ex-husband. Okay? She said something about my boyfriend I didn't like. I'm gonna knock her fucking teeth out. Okay? And all it is all these girls are, 1 minute they're hugging and kissing, next minute they're fighting. Okay? 1 minute they're beating the shit out of each other, and in the next season they're getting massages together. Yeah, I know. But the point is, Big Ange got cancer. And if you'll notice, the cancer didn't care who had the biggest lips. The cancer didn't care who had the biggest tits. The cancer didn't care whose boyfriend's cousin's brother slept with this guy. The cancer didn't care whose father's, uncle's, mother's, sister's brother was a rat. Okay? And it puts life into perspective because you don't know when you're gonna go. Coming from a man who has cheated death more times than Hitler, coming from a man who has prevented 9 mothers from burying their children, I'm telling you now that you don't know when you're gonna go. And Big Ange she was the biggest person there because, yes, she had the largest breast size. Yes, she had the largest lips. Yes, she was a big party animal. She owned a bar, and then the bar was closed down because she had a felony in her past, and the state revoked her liquor license because of it, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's why she was called Big Ann. She was physically bigger than a lot of the girls. She had a big personality. Everyone loved her. Even though they wanted to beat the shit out of each other, they all loved her equally. And it goes to show you that. And I actually went on Twitter and I said, I'm sorry about your friend. I actually went on these girls' pages and said, you know what, girls, I'm sorry about your friend. Because they knew her for 25 years. They knew her for 30 years. They grew up in the same neighborhood as her. She was like an older sister to them because she was like 15 years older than most of them. And they viewed her almost like a motherly figure to them. Big sister, mother figure. Okay, and all their kids and grandkids knew her. So to them, it's like a personal loss to them to nth degree. Okay, you know that woman in your neighborhood that everyone knows? Okay, that was her. And I just wanted to, and actually it was funny because I talked to Drita a couple times. I talked to Karen a couple times. Karen actually called me sick one time. It was funny. And there was one season where Carla and Drita were not around. No, Carla and Karen were not around for an entire season, and the season sucked. And I would go on Twitter and say, Karen, come back. Twitter, the show sucks, come back. And there was one time when Karen and Carla are talking on Twitter. They're getting together for lunch or whatever. And I was like, girls, do me a favor. Beat the shit out of each other, please. Because the show is so boring now without you. Just fight, please. And Carla said to me, why don't we just get together and beat the shit out of you? Carla actually threatened to beat the shit out of me. I'm not even joking when I say this is a dead true story. And I said, okay. I said, if you put it on camera, I'll never pay for a drink ever again the entire rest of my life. So I did get to talk to a couple of the girls. I did not get to talk to Big Ange. But it's just to put life into perspective. That because this show was like, oh my God, I want to fuck her up. I want to fight her. She looked at my boyfriend the wrong way. Her husband's dick is bigger than my husband's dick. And they fight over nothing at all. And then at the end of the day, you see that the most beloved person among them, the one that they all loved equally, in between wanting to kill each other, that person has passed away. So it just puts life into perspective. You don't know when you're going to go. And Big Ange used to say, we're not here for a long time, we're here to have fun. Okay? And she passed away fairly young for a person today. 55 is pretty young for a person today. But, cancer does not discriminate. Okay? And stuff like it could happen to you. Okay? My supervisor had liver cancer last year and didn't tell anybody in her family. We get the call, she's dead over the summer vacation. A month later, another woman who was 60 years old died. One of our women just died. So you really don't know when you're gonna go. And the moral of Big Ange's passing is to remember, hey, look, tomorrow you might not wake up. I mean, that's a scary thought, but it's the truth, because tomorrow, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. You're not guaranteed 5 minutes from now. And the moral of her life is that at the end of the day, after you're done all the fighting, all the bullshit, one of you could be gone. And all the people you know, your cousins, friends, blah, 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 you had an argument over this, you had an argument over that, he spit in your face, all this shit. Okay? You never know when something bad is going to happen, and all that petty bullshit is so irrelevant. So, God rest her soul. And God bless her family. She had kids, she had grandkids. This was not someone that can easily be replaced. I never knew her, I never talked to her. It's not a personal loss to me, but it is a loss to the Staten Island people. It is a loss to her friends and family. And that's just the moral of it. Okay, thank you.